G'day mate and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Jitty. In our last episode we got into farming. We got into farming in a big way. We got into a whole pile of tree farming. Yeah, tree farming. Didn't really get into farming because we ran out of construction parts. Why we ran out of construction parts? Because I'm short of wood. Why am I short of wood? Because Jetty doesn't have enough wood. The good news is I've heard rumors from other islands. Mr. Shippy went out and explored our options, and it turns out with little blue pools you can get more wood. So our plan is for today to solve my wood problem. Yes, we need to solve the wood problem. It's a critically important problem because without wood, I don't have construction parts. Without construction parts, I can't build things, so I can't get the food processing up and running. Also, without wood, you can't do science. And finally, without wood, you can't make glass rocking chairs. Because it turns out the primary ingredient of a glass rocking chair is, of course, glass, with a little bit of steel to nail the whole lot together, but you also need wood. So today, I need to solve my wood problem. But before we get into solving the wood problem, I need to ask a very important question, and that is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. If you're not happy with the video, you didn't enjoy the video, well, guess what? I'm not going to share my wood with you. As always, at the start of every episode, I like to thank those that go above and beyond, those that choose to support the channel. And today, I need to thank a wonderful Patreon member who's chosen to become a large tree harvester because we have a wood problem. I need to thank the wonderful Dismert, who has, like I said, chosen to become a Patreon member, chosen to support the channel. At the same time, because a tree harvester is useless without a tree planter, I need to also thank 10 base 2 is looking for a more simple life after becoming a Patreon member, where he decided to just plant trees for the rest of his life because, well, 10 base 2 was far too complicated. So quite a life for Mr. 1010. Yes, thank you both for becoming Patreon members. Thank you for choosing to support the channel. Thank you for keeping the dream alive. Today we need to solve our wood problem. First thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding our tree harvesters. Dismert has already been assigned 2 trucks. We also have the wonderful Woody, who is going to get assigned a second truck. Also a large tree harvester, by all means, down the bottom in the video, right beside the subscribe button, which you should have clicked. The like button, which I've already asked whether I can borrow. There's the join button. If you wish to click the join button, you could become a wonderful tree harvester. Yes, we're going to assign each one of these a second truck. The reason is because I have 3 active tree harvesters, and well, in theory, they get pretty good uptime with a truck, as the delivery box is so close, that one. But they're gonna get perfect uptime with 2 trucks. So we're gonna assign each one of them a second truck because wood is super important at the moment. But like I said, I have heard some options, I have heard some rumors. It turns out if I press the F3 menu, I can trade for wood. I can buy wood. I can get some little blue pills in. Now, it turns out my only option for receiving wood is by swapping 1 piece of rubber for 2 pieces of wood, which is actually not a bad deal. And if I click that button twice, the price goes up. And this is where I'm going to have my first problem. The price goes up. I can't really deal with the price going up because the higher it goes, the worse that deal becomes. Sure, it's great as an interim solution, but I need a bit of a long-term solution. I have a small problem with wood that's not going to go away, so I need a longer-term solution, which means I need to look at the contracts tab. The contracts tab gives me a couple of options for getting more wood. The number one is household appliances. The people just got their household appliances, and the thought of them parting with their household appliances for wood brings great despair. As you can see, there's some people have died off because they were that unhappy about the thought of losing their precious household appliances for wood. My other option is rubber. I can do rubber for wood. The catch is it was, under a quick trade, it was 1 piece of rubber for 2 pieces of wood. As a contract, it's 2 bits of rubber for 1 piece of wood. I feel like I'm getting shafted somewhere along the line. Yeah. The good news is we're going to establish that contract because that is going to be my best option, my absolute best option to make sure I can get wood into the colony at a continuous scale. Which means I need to find somewhere to get, rubber up to the top of the island to pack into a ship to bring back wood. Or I could just bring back a whole lot of blue pills, whichever helps most. Next thing I need to talk about is a greenhouse. So I can get this notification to go away. It seems, as we built our greenhouse right up against the mountainside, it may have a small problem. The good news is the last great noob has been in charge of, making sure that the mountain doesn't fall on our greenhouse anymore because, the island's not doing terribly well. It's really not doing terribly well with our wood shortage. Also, it means I can remove our robotic assembler because, we know what a robotic assembler does. I'd like to do research. I'd really love to, nope, wrong button. I'd really love to do research. I'd love to get them laptops. Maybe if I got them laptops, they'd be happy to part with their household appliances, but that requires wood. And as we have such a wood shortage, I'm going to avoid that for right now. But that brings in the most important question. How much wood do I actually need? How much wood does JD need to shove into the crater? Because we've got a big hole to fill. And the question is, well, the answer is I'm using about 108. I'm using about 108 every month because if we come down here and we look at our construction parts one, well, they use 36 each. As we have 3 of them, we'll call it about 100. Call it about 100 for even nice figures. And then, of course, I need wood for my glass rocking chairs. As you can see, this needs another 16 plus another 8. We'll call it 25 for round figures. So I need about 125 wood per month. So 125 wood, 12 months worth is 1,500 wood. I need 1,500 wood per year. As my contract is for 900 wood, I would need to complete that contract every 0.6 of a year. How long is 0.6 of a year? Well, the easiest answer is multiplied by 12, and we can find out it's every 7.2 months. So every 7.2 months, I would have to complete that contract, which means every 7.2 months, I need to come up with 1,800 rubber. So 1,800 rubber. That's so much rubber. So much rubber. 1,800 divided by 7.2 is I need 250 rubber per month. A rubber maker does make 18 rubber. So if I divide that by 18, I need, we'll call it 14 rubber makers. That's an awful lot of rubber. It's an awful lot of rubber making to provide an awful lot of wood. We're not going to produce that much. I'm not even going to attempt to produce that much. We're going to aim for about 2/3 of that. About 2/3 of that. I'm hoping I can get the rest of my wood from, well, harvesting and planting my own trees. Because, you know, I need to shove my wood somewhere, so I'm going to shove it in the ground and then hope to plant it up and hope that everything will be fine. So that's going to be our plan. But to do that, of course, I need to set up a ship, which is probably the easier part. Can I put you there? And can I get a pipe? Oh, that's the diesel part done. Of course. I need to set up a ship. So to set up a ship, I need a couple of basic things. First off, we need to get diesel. Secondly, I need to get cargo docks. We need a unit module, and we need a lot of those. Cool. We're going to assign a contract, and it's going to be this particular contract, the rubber for wood. Now, one thing I never realized, because I've never actually done a contract that requires a unit for a unit, or a loose for a loose, is it asks you what product to import. So I obviously want to import wood. But then at the opposite end, I need to, well, it's asked me what to import, and I don't want to import wood. I want to export rubber. Yeah, that's weird. It is what it is. But obviously with that done, I can see I'm going to get 360 rubber for 180 wood. If I copy that, paste that to there, it doesn't change. But if I copy that and paste that to there, I can see it's now 720 for 360. So 2 more is 1440 for 720. Is 1440 for 720, is 1800 for 900, because you do 360 each. 1800 divided by 360 equals, I need 5 cargoes, and 360 multiplied by 3 is 1080. Yeah, one of my unit modules for wood is not going to fill all the way back up on the way back. Okay. All right, so this is going to be our plan. Unpause this shippy, make sure it's ready to go. It'll need to have diesel. It'll also need to have some way to, well, get wood out and rubber in. So we're going to need a couple of storages. Obviously, I'm going to need a couple of storages. We're going to also need to have a flat balancer. Can I get a flat balancer? I'm going to put you here. Sure, that'll work. Can I get a flat conveyor? Nice and simple. We're going to go there, plus there, and then can I get a faster one to connect into there? In, out. Cool. We're going to build that part, because that part I'm happy with. As for my rubber, I need to have 1 output to 5. Okay, so we're going to put you there. We're going to put you 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, and then I will feed you with 2 fast belts in, and you can be rubber. Okay, so that should be the bare basics. The bare basics required. Oh, bugger. Oh, you know what I'm really, really glad about? I'm really, really glad that there's a 90% refund on all deconstruction. Because I don't have any construction parts, and I really am going to enjoy that refund. Because you need to slide over one tile. It's always one tile. It's always one tile. Can I plug that in there and that in there? Cool. And then can I deconstruct that one as well? And can I move you over one tile? Cool. Because I need room to get my diesel into my ship. Can I remove that? And grab one of them and plug that in there. Cool. Alrighty. So, next thing I need diesel for the ship. I also need to have rubber in here. Now, I have a bunch of rubber. I have a heap of rubber. If we go look inside the crater, inside the Great Bowl, we have 4,000 rubber. So, I think the easiest answer for right now, as we're sort of desperate on wood, is to grab this and just slide this up to here. The good news is, well, all the trucks are very, very busy. Mostly busy. A little bit busy. Tiny bit busy. Oh, we also need to do this. Can I reset that to... Tell me when you're empty. Yeah, and can I build that and pause it? Because I want it built, but I don't want stuff in it yet. Oh boy. Okay, cool. To go with my list of problems, up here, we were putting down a new area, a wonderful new area, so we could plant in some more trees. There's a catch with that, small catch with that. Edit designation. You can have more trees planted there with more trees planted there. Yep, my small problem is I was dumping compost, just compost. Nothing but compost. Yep, just compost. Not dumping any dirt up here because I'm sort of maxed out on dirt. I don't really have anywhere to put dirt currently. I don't have any areas of the map that require topsoil. Sure, I have areas of the map I'd love to have topsoil. Like, I wouldn't mind putting topsoil through here. I'd definitely along this side of the island, we could topsoil this whole area. The problem is none of it's prepped. Because none of it's prepped, well, compost has got nowhere to go. Also, dirt's got nowhere to go. In fact, I have, you guys have got coal. Does coal not go into a coal bucket? It does go into a coal bucket. You just got coal currently because you've got nowhere to put the coal. Yep, the inner team is helping out with coal. I'd prefer it if you dug the rock, but sure, whatever. My dirt buckets are full. My dirt buckets full and my compost buckets are, well, overflowing. So I need somewhere to put dirt. Now, as you can see, I have carefully engineered, carefully measured out an exact amount of room required for us to, deal with future projects. This is a future project problem. The catch is, it's measured, it's accurate, it's intentionally designed to have very sheer drops into the water to make sure that that area is available for future use. If you dump dirt in there, dirt has a habit of sliding around underwater. It's a very loose product. Yes. There are some women like that also, and I guarantee you there's some men like that as well, that also like loose, and, you know, it goes well with our wood episode, but not so well with our dirt episode. So we need to find somewhere else to put dirt. So my answer is going to be this little section here. This little section here, we're going to start dumping dirt in the sea. It's not where I'd like to dump the dirt. I'd like to save the dirt. I'd like to put the dirt to something more useful, but I don't have any options currently. So we're going to dump the dirt very carefully here in the sea and keep it well away from, well, what will end up in the future being more rock stuff. Yep. That's slag. I don't know why slag's there. All the slag should get exported, but whatever. Actually, you know what? We're doing more contained. Yes, much more contained dumping now. We're going to remove your option to dump slag in the sea. Cool. All right, so that'll give them somewhere to dump dirt, which also means that I need to make sure this bucket is slightly not full, so they stop complaining. We have 33 idle trucks. Let me do that for 2 seconds and stop that, and then we can drag that back up there. And oh look, there's now only 15 of them idle. Oh yeah, there's a whole army of trucks coming down to help. Perfect. All right, so that should get our dirt moving again, which means I can worry about my wood and my rubber. Okay, so Mr. Shippy is partially loaded with a little bit of rubber, but not nearly enough. Also, I still haven't plugged in the diesel to Mr. Shippy, which means after he'd leave once, he wouldn't come back. Well, he would come back, he just wouldn't leave again. So what I need to do is I need to grab diesel. Now I have two options. I have Two options, both are valid options. One is the option we're going to use, and the second one is probably the option I should be choosing. Yes. So my options for diesel are: I could take diesel currently, and am currently. Really, you went down to go up? I hate you. It's telling me not to. Thank you. And can I plug that into there? Cool. My two options are: one, I have diesel here. Yes. And I could take it, well, I am taking up the right-hand side, and I could take it across the front. I could take it across the front, and I could take it up the left-hand side as well. Or after it's made it all the way down the right-hand side, we could hope that there's still enough pressure in the pipe that I can continue it around the back of our docks and bring it down. Hello? Upgrade. Bring it down this way and put it into, well, this tank to then, to then plug it into Mr. Shippy and also his dock. And then we should hopefully be maybe okay, providing we can get out the pressure. I have no idea if we have enough back pressure on that particular pipe. Maybe I'd be better off to split it. I think I'd probably be better off to split it, but we're not going to split it. But this gives me rubber. The problem is I'm making rubber at the bottom of the island, and then I need to use the trucks that are extremely busy according to the game, and bring it up to the top of the island, which is less than ideal. What would be even better is if I had rubber here, which means I'd have to run a belt from my rubber from here all the way up to there. That sounds horrible. It sounds horrible to me, at least. It probably sounds horrible to you as well. Although some of you are very, very sick and like watching me torture myself, so maybe you'd enjoy it. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and I conveniently have eight wonderful rubber machines in a little blueprint, which we can copy. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to put that right about here. Cool. And then which pipe did I break? I broke that pipe. I'm going to take that pipe and plug that pipe into there. Yep. And I'm also going to remove that pipe, and I'm going to do the same here as well. I want to fix that pipe into there. Cool. And that'll give us rubber. That'll give us rubber at the top of the island, which is perfect. That's exactly where we want it. There's a couple of catches with that. One, it's not built, so we can fix that pretty quickly. Two, that building's paused, and that building's paused. The next catch is, well, rubber requires two ingredients. At least one. It definitely requires sulfur, and it requires either naphtha or diesel. The bad news is I don't have naphtha here. The good news is I have diesel. So we could, and I don't think this is a good idea, but we're going to hope that a balancer solves the problem of it not being a good idea. We're going to put a balancer in, and I'm going to intentionally height 3, yep, drag that out, stop, there. Yep, I'm going to intentionally put in a balancer. The idea being that, well, the next ship is also going to need diesel, so therefore it's going to have the preference of the diesel. Otherwise, we can use some of the diesel, I guess, into this system. I don't know if I want the bottom pipe or the top pipe. I want the bottom pipe. I don't have enough workers. I don't have enough workers because it's deadly flu season. Yes, and their health is not great. Why is their health not great? 1, deadly disease. 2, air pollution. Air pollution's gone through the roof. Okay, I have a solution. It's, again, not a good solution. We're not in a good position. We're really, really not in a good position currently. With us running out of wood and us not getting the food up and running, we have a couple of problems. One of them is health. 2 is I'm not scrubbing any exhaust down here whatsoever. That's a bit of an issue, a tiny bit of an issue, small issue, especially when I go and upgrade the poly and then, you know, go put a big smokestack on it because the little smokestack wouldn't keep up, and I add more copper smelters, and we haven't added more glass smelters yet, but we did add a steel smelter. We've done a few things to make the air a bit more toxic, and I haven't added scrubbing to the bottom of the crater yet. But on top of that, I have a uni problem. I have a uni problem because housing, when you make sure that you have glass rocking chairs. When you get glass rocking chairs added to your colony, you get obviously a boost from having glass rocking chairs. That would be 2.8 uni. 2.8, yes. On top of that, you get a 50% boost, an extra 50% boost from the water, which gives you an extra 0.5. And you get an extra bonus from electricity, but another 0.6. Excellent. Plus my household appliances. I actually am missing out some of the uni bonuses from household appliances because, well, I don't have glass rocking chairs, which is another 0.7. And you might also notice food there also will give me another +5. So because I don't have glass rocking chairs out of all items, I'm actually missing out on 5.1 uni, which you may notice leads to uni is not doing terribly well. Not doing terribly well at all. Also with deadly flu and me having not nearly enough medical supplies because the population keeps growing. And, well, we need 25 and I make 24. Yeah, we can see there's a small problem. We can try our hardest, unpause, and unpause. And that, in theory, then makes 48, providing all this runs perfectly. I have no idea if it does anymore. It's been modified and re-modified as the game has progressed and as things have changed. But in theory, it's okay. In theory. Yeah, there's a little bit of overproduction of sharp things. Yeah. In theory, it's okay. In theory, maybe that fixes our medical supplies. But then again, we're only giving them medical 1, and flu deadly is very, very deadly, and medical 1 doesn't help. So, what I can do, and what I am going to do, is I'm going to spend some of my hard-earned uni on making the people believe that they're healthier. That's very, very important. If you tell them that they're healthy, they believe that they're healthy, they get an extra 10 hit points. Yeah, that'll hopefully stop deadly flu season and people dying. But that does not solve our wood problem, nor our rubber problem, where we have rubber up here, but we do not have the other ingredients being sulfur and or naphtha. Can I upgrade those belts? Because they're going to have to get upgraded for throughput. All right, so if I plug in diesel, we have one of our ingredients. Yeah. Also means that I need to flip that pipe and flip that pipe, and you guys need how much? 12. So that's 12, 24, 48. That means technically you're also going the wrong direction. Okay, technically I don't need that pipe sticking out. Also not happy with that pipe, so you can go away. Technically it means that pipe and that pipe need to be upgraded for more throughput, and we can plug that pipe back into there. Cool. All right, so that gets me diesel. That's one of the ingredients I need. I also need to have sulfur. Now, I don't happen to have sulfur here on the docks at all. There's no sulfur here, but I do have options. I do have a whole chemical refinery right here, which does produce sulfur. It also produces naphtha. Naphtha being one of the other ingredients we could use to make rubber, and a very important ingredient which I'd prefer to be making rubber with. But naphtha. Naphtha is also used in the great creation of plastic. Now, if we go look at our plastic makers down here, they have two options. They have naphtha and they have ethanol. As I don't have any ethanol basically anywhere, that's not really an option for me. So we need to make sure naphtha goes down there, and naphtha goes down there first. But I have a problem. This is my naphtha tank. My naphtha tank that is very, very empty. In fact, if we click on our naphtha pipe, our wonderful naphtha pipe, we can see it's only 52% full, which sort of indicates that it's slowly emptying over time, which is not great. Also, you may notice that our small naphtha pipe starts here and then goes for a bit of a tour. It goes for a bit of a tour all the way around the map before it comes down to rubber and plastic. So I need to improve my naphtha situation. Yes, now I have a wonderful oil refinery. My wonderful oil refinery, the blueprint is available on Discord if you want to get a copy of this particular oil refinery. Both the tiny version, the tiny modular version that you can put together yourself. Also, well, the Big Brother. The Big Brother is available on Discord. It's double the size. In theory, everything works, but it's been completely untested because this is the test case. But this, in theory, produces a whole bunch of naphtha. In fact, every distillation stage 1 produces heavy oil, sour water. Sour water gets processed into, well, sulfur, which we're going to need in a minute. Stage 2 basically outputs diesel, and stage 3 outputs naphtha and fuel gas. And as I have 8 times, what is it, 12? 12. I have potentially 96 naphtha. On top of that, I also have some extra naphtha. The heavy we spoke about earlier, we also convert that into naphtha. And I have 4 of those. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we take our 96 and we add another 4 times 12 to that, I would have potentially 144 naphtha. That's a decent amount. That's a decent amount. The catch is our naphtha. Our naphtha comes out here. It goes into this top pipe, this wonderful top pipe here, and comes down to here to this little balancer. The little balancer prioritizes out to that tank, which is good, and then takes the excess and runs it into the next balancer, which point, well, the next balancer processes it out this way, and if we have excess, we burn it off. As you can see, they're all paused because we ain't burning off shit. But over here, I take my heavy and I convert that naphtha and I dump it onto my naphtha pipe. And then my naphtha pipe continues up to here, and then, well, naphtha can be converted into diesel, which is good because the trucks and the ships run off diesel. But it doesn't have a chance to go out this particular tank and get turned to plastic or rubber. So I need to rectify that. To rectify that, there is good news and there is bad news. The good news is it's fairly easy. The bad news is it's not part of the blueprint because it requires you to modify things slightly. Also requires that the front of the refinery and the back of the refinery line up, which I can't guarantee with a modular blueprint, which is what I offered the first refinery as. It is that one. Yeah, it is that one. Okay. The good news is there is a gap here, quite intentionally, to run this pipe from here to here to height 3 and over the top and into there. I am not happy with that. Can you go there to there to there to height 3 and then into there? The only thing I've done is I've upgraded that one pipe to the next here because it's going to have, well, the 12 naphtha it's outputting plus another 50 odd naphtha. So with that pipe built, and then I get my skinny pipes, and I can bring my skinny pipe from there to there to there to there, and there to there, and there to that side, and then no, you don't connect. You go that side to there, then over the top, and then into there. With that done, all my naphtha from my heavy oil cracking now pops through this pipe, and then has the option to be forced out the tank first and off to my great pipe of naphtha and turn into plastic or rubber. Also, Iron Topper is out of designations. Can I get you to dig flat? You can just dig out that whole 41 section. Maybe not that far, because I don't really want to cave in. We'll start with that. We'll see how far you get. All right, greenhouse, same greenhouse, same greenhouse. Tombstone, sorry, last great noob, you be careful. You be careful. I see you've dug out some of it, but you need to dig more, and you need to be very careful about it. All right. So, with our naphtha now going this way, hopefully that fills up that pipe. It's still 58% full, so we'll have to see how that works. In the meantime, I need to get sulfur. Sulfur is the only thing remaining to get this up and running, which then should, in theory, bring in more rubber to then bring in wood, because I still haven't done a single wood track. I do have a lot of wood now. We have got stock of wood, but I'm also not making glass rocking chairs, which is also problematic. Also, I don't have that many construction parts, which means, where are we? 43 workers. We'll be okay. We're going to unpause you, and that's all I need. I don't really need construction parts for. They're pretty maxed out. And 18. Yeah, I should be able to leave that belt at that speed. How many are you using? 24? Oh. Can I upgrade that? And that? Probably that. That's a 200 belt. Yeah, that should be fine now. That should be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be grand. It'll be perfect. Okay. That should be... No, I probably need to upgrade that belt as well. 24, 48. Yeah, I need to upgrade that. I don't need to actually upgrade that first belt, but it's done now. All right. So, sulfur. The good news is I have a lot of sour water processing. A lot of sour water processing here, which leads to a lot of sulfur. So what I need to do is I need to grab a transport. We need to grab a U-shape, and I need to bring that over to rubber creation. The other thing I need to do is I need to make sure this belt stays very, very close to these buckets, because, well, technically, the trucks still access those buckets. They access those buckets an awful lot to, well, put limestone in. Limestone technically goes over there, but take slag out, So what I want to do is I want to take my sulfur belt, and I want to bring it to that tile, and then we're going to bring it this way. Yep, just stop there. And can I get that part built? All right. And then I need to clean up some spaghetti, just a tiny bit of spaghetti. We're going to start with you, vehicle parts. Can I take vehicle parts and chop them back to there? Cool. We're going to take the vehicle part belt. We're going to bring you to there, and nope, one more time. And plug you. Hello? Thank you. Plug you in there. Cool. That makes that a little bit neater. Then we're going to do the same with water. Water is a bit of a mess. And we can definitely tidy that up as we go. Water. Water is going to come straight along beside that. There, to there, to there, to there. Cool. All right. So that's that tidied up. That still leaves my sour water in the way. My sour water pipe I'd like to remove so I can run my belt nice and flat, which means I'm going to chop from here probably back to, well, at least to there. Cool. Next belt I want to chop, or belt pipe, is going to be the diesel, because that's doing a little bit of a wonderful thing through here. And I think I'm going to do the same with crude oil. You have a, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, we're going to do the same with crude oil. We're going to break crude oil here and chop it through to there. And then after seeing that, I'm going to chop sour water back to there. Okay. Oh, I just built a couple of retaining walls. All right. Okay, that's stupid. You can also go away. All right. So let's try and clean up these pipes. So you are diesel. Can I get diesel? Which is that pipe. Okay. Can I get diesel? I want... Okay, no, I'm going to get... let's do sour water. Sour water, we're going to bring up the height to... We're going to run through to... here. Okay, we're going to leave you there for a minute. Alright. We then have crude oil. Crude oil is this pipe. We're going to grab our crude oil. We're going to keep you flat to here. And then in like that. That looks somewhat reasonable. It's a little bit straighter. Okay. Sour water, which is that one, and then diesel. Okay, diesel. Can get diesel to come through to here. And it's underneath the crude oil. Can I get you to carefully, neatly, not ugly, no, okay. Can I then take our crude oil at height 1 and plug that in there. Okay. So then I should be able to take my diesel and run it underneath. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then we have sour water. Sour water, I would like to... That'll do me perfectly. Okay, Sure. Sure. I want to keep things over the sea if possible, because we have a few things that'll need to make passing through here. So the more belts and stuff, the more infrastructure I can hang over the ocean, the better in my books. Alright, so then back to our sulfur belt. Our sulfur belt needs to come through there. It then needs to come up, and we're going to go left, we're going to go right, we're going to go left, we're going to go right, we're going to go... Right. We're going to go to... You know, I just put those belt pipes there. You back to there, and you back to there. Okay, sulfur is going to come down and under here, ideally. Yeah, apart from the fact there's a breach in the way. That's alright. We can move the breach. And first thing we're going to do to move the breach is I'm going to grab a brand new breach. We're going to put a brand new bridge here. Here. Yeah, also at the same time, I'm going to look at... Okay, I can eat that too. All right, can I squeeze low food supply? I think you're kidding me. Actually, we've added a lot of people recently. Yeah, you're probably not kidding me. That's great. That's great. Look, what we'll do is we'll just build the new food processing and turn on the new farms, and then everything will be fine. We won't have low food anymore. That's not going to work. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? It is height 1. Height... Okay, we're going to remove that pipe that I just added. Yeah, dude, that's a good spot to put diesel, crude oil, except for the fact that it fills up very quickly from a tank. Okay, we're going to put that there. We're going to take our vehicle parts. And I should be able to run them through there. Wait, can I build that? Can I remove... Nope. That one. Cancel. Cool. And then I should be able to fix that pipe back in. All right. So I've cleared a little bit of room. Cleared a little bit of room. Have a little bit of sulfur. Have a bridge. Now, bridge. Bridge that leans up against a ramp. Very, very important that you find a truck, click on navigation overlay, and make sure they can path across it. Both the big version and... I just saw a little one. And a little one. Yes. Okay. No. No. And... No. Got to make sure that they can path out. Very, very, very important. Because sometimes, just sometimes, they can't path out. So now we've confirmed that, we can remove that bridge and then grab our sulfur, which we're going to bring to this tile, and then to that tile, then that tile, then that tile, and then we're going to come to here. And then I want to go for this second black line. Yeah, as we can see, with a standard loading and unloading situation, they stick out about here somewhere. So I'm figuring if I aim for this second black line and run our sulfur belt on, it's in theory out of future JD's way. So hopefully he doesn't yell at me, because occasionally he yells at me and it's not fun. Okay, it's not fun. It brings tears. It brings tears. Okay, there has been a few crying sessions after editing sessions. All right, with that done, we should now have sulfur. We should also have diesel, but I don't have naphtha. Now, naphtha would be the better option. Honestly, it would be the much better option. All right, can I put you here? Okay, naphtha. My naphtha pipe is very, very full. In fact, it's so full that I actually have naphtha in the tank again. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we preference naphtha to go towards towards the inside of the crater, and then we're going to run naphtha also this way. Okay, up to there, over there, down there, under bridge 1, under bridge 2. Nope. We're going to run to that tile, and I'm going to run this beside. Yeah. And then, do I run it on top? I could run it on top. Yeah, let's run it on top after we get down here, except I'm going to do it at height 2. Yeah. And then we can come to the corner, and then if I've planned everything right, it plugs straight into there, which is the pipe that's meant to have the naphtha. Cool. We can then build that. All right. I'm not happy with you being a very, very fat pipe, so you can go away. You need 12, 24, 48, so a tier 1 pipe from there to there is all you need. And in theory, we can now make rubber on site. These are all 200 belts because you're going to output 18, 36, 72, 150. And then in theory, we should have rubber being brought in here. Unfortunately, the trucks have been very, very busy or very lazy, all depending on how you look at it, and haven't brought nearly anywhere near enough rubber up here. How is my sulfur? My sulfur is now running full speed, so that should be fine. You are preferencing down the crater still. We have some naphtha in the pipe. You guys have a preference of use the naphtha recipe first, or once the naphtha arrives, which will be soon, hopefully. Is it before or after the sulfur? Probably before the sulfur. Yeah, well before the sulfur. Yeah, because it's a 200, whereas this is a 60. And you need 3, 6, 9, 12. We only need 24 total. All right, that's fine. Now naphtha's here. It will run this recipe first with the other recipe second, you know, providing... Nope, 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 nope. Providing anybody has enough naphtha, which nobody does. And that should give us rubber. How full is said ship? Not nearly full enough. Okay. What is the story with the trucks? They shouldn't be doing that. All right, what is our analytics? Not mining, not refueling, last 6 months. Veggies, wood, medical, plastic, meat, bread, sausages, graphite. Like, I did remove 3 trucks and put them on wood harvesting, which is definitely gonna shorten the amount of trucks I have available, but I didn't think it would make that much of a difference. Also, they've done a very good job of shaving this one, but haven't really done a good job of getting to the other ones to shave yet. Okay, we have naphtha and we have sulfur, and that means we're going to run this recipe, and the 2 of them mix in the connector. And it's not a perfect mix, it's not a perfect preference, but it's a majority preference. A majority preference of using naphtha, which is good enough for me. We have rubber, and we just need the ship fully loaded. Once the ship's fully loaded, we should be able to send this off. Now, the catch is my wood. My wood's going to come back in here. Now, obviously, I need to get the wood in the crater. And as the crater's a giant hole, I want to fill it with as much wood as possible. But currently, the only way that's going to happen is with trucks. And trucks have been working well to move around our wood. We can see that, well, wood harvesting happens here. And then they dump wood into the local box. And then the local box is then using advanced logistics to make sure it empties into, well, the main wood box. And the only way wood gets in there is with advanced logistics, because this has an assigned route. So I need to copy that and apply that to, well, our new wood box. And then in theory, it should get emptied via the power of trucks. But obviously, I would much prefer it if it was emptied via the power of, well, not trucks. Could not store all flowers. We don't care. Low food supply. 11 months. We don't have any meat. We're a little bit short on eggs. We don't have any... no, we got some sausages. And no veggies. We know about no veggies. That's been that way for a while. Okay. You seem to be fine. So nobody starved the chickens. That's good. There's a lot of eggs. So it's a delivery problem. Huh? It's a no export problem. Who said that? Well, that'll give us a few more months worth of food. If trucks ever get around to delivering. Meat's going fine. And unfortunately, you are also using chicken carcasses, which I would prefer it if you didn't. But I didn't really set up the priorities properly with some balances. That's all right. It's fixed on the new version. You're making 10, 20, 30. So technically, I could turn you off. And then we'd have more meat and less sausages, which is fine because that's generally more food. Also, technically, my output belt should be faster than my input. Technically. Just in case both of them are input at the same time, you end up with a situation where stuff comes in here to be burnt when it probably shouldn't. Probably. Okay, so with eggs being able to export it, we should be a little bit better on the food front. But my biggest issue is going to be lack of truck transport. But Mr. Shippy's left, So therefore we have wood coming in. Unfortunately, it's going to be up here. And again, truck transport to get it down. So next episode, now we have a full truckload of 900 wood. I need to shove my wood in the giant hole. Because the fact that it's here is not going to be good enough. I need to get it, well, down here. Which means you guys don't get to see the torture of me running the rubber belt out of the crater. You get to come back next episode for see me having the torture of trying to run the wood belt into the crater. Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. But it's going to be a nightmare we're going to be saving for the next episode because I need to leave this episode here. We have wood. It's back up and running. Is it enough? Probably not. Are we going to have some more problems with not nearly enough wood? Yes. I obviously need more tree planters. I also need more tree harvesters. Also, we have this whole section over here that needs trees as well. Also, it needs a wood box. Also, it needs a sapling box. Also, we need to, well, have the digging teams keep digging and keep making progress. And we still need to do something about food processing because, well, 11, 12 months worth of food, that's okay, providing every single one of those warehouses are full. But, well, they ain't full, which is a problem. Yeah, but it means I need to leave this episode here. We'll come back next episode with, well, a giant wood belt, and maybe we'll do something about the pollution. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just worry about food. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, you're going to have to come back in the next episode to find out. Anyway, with all that said and done, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. There is our first shipment of wood, and I'll see you in the very next episode. All right, bye.